We are jumping from one contentious topic to maybe my favorite comment I have ever received. This comes from at JR-LX8NN. They say, "Meh, big effing deal. We don't need all you YouTube product reviewers. You all talk about your equipment, but have nothing to say using it. You need to say something useful. Talking about equipment is boring. Real people talk about real ideas with high value, like economics, religion, morality, business, healthcare, crime, and other important topics. What mic and interface one uses matters not to conveying a meaningful and significant message. Waste of time talking about gear with nothing meaning to say using it. And if you are still lugging your own amp, you have not really made it. Real bands have roadies and a semi-truck." You remain a hobbyist. Enjoy the hobby, old man. But all this chatter about about gear is unimportant given the grave problems facing society. Just my take. Thanks for yours, JTW. This has to be my favorite comment that I have ever received. It is just so needlessly condescending, and I love it. It is a beautiful thing. But take note, everybody, do not have any escape. All you should discuss, all you should consume, all you should watch and listen to is doom. Just bask in the doom. Just let it wash over you. Do not enjoy anything. Do not talk about anything other than all the seriousness going on in this world. What are you doing? I also need to call my friends who have been full-time musicians for decades, who still drive in vans and load their own gear in. I need to call them and tell them that they're just hobbyists. They haven't made it because they don't. What a weird. You don't have a semi-truck and you don't have roadies, so you're just a hobbyist. I love it. Okay. What I find the most interesting about this, other than the needless condescension, which I love, is the fact that they are using the term hobbyist as an insult. That is fascinating to me because being a hobbyist to me is the most freeing thing that I have ever done. Accepting the fact that I don't want to do certain things full time and I am okay just letting them be something fun for me removed so much pressure, removed so much stress, and allowed me to enjoy those things so much more. If you're a full-time musician, full-time YouTuber, full-time podcaster, your income is reliant on how audiences perceive your output. So you constantly need to be thinking about how to remain commercially viable. Oh gosh, am I going to piss everybody off with this episode? Oh no, my revenue is going to drop. Oh gosh, is somebody going to like this really weird chord progression? I guess we better hire the same 4 producers that work on everything to make sure it's commercially viable. As a hobbyist, I can make the music that I want when I want to make it. My friends and I can make the most unlistenable garbage that we want, that is inaccessible, that nobody likes, and we can have fun doing it because we don't have to worry about whether or not it will sell, whether or not somebody will listen to it, whether or not somebody will pay for it, whether or not somebody enjoys it enough to want to pay to come see us live and buy a shirt. And to me, having the ability to do whatever you want, the freedom to not have to care about what somebody else wants, that's where the real fun lies. That's where the real freedom lies. I get where this guy's coming from, though, because when I was younger, I totally wanted to do music, podcasting, YouTubing, any kind of creative thing full time. And 15 years ago, this probably would have hurt me. It would have offended me. Ouch, my ego. Gosh, I was trying to be good enough to get popular doing this, to do it full time. Ugh, that cut me to my core. But as I've gotten older, I've cared a lot less about what people say. But also, I think I've gained a much better perspective because I've come to understand the freedom that I was seeking wasn't the ability to quit my day job and do creative stuff full time. That's what I thought it was. What it really was finding a way to do creative things on my own terms, to make the stuff that I found creatively fulfilling without having to worry about any kind of commercial viability, without having to worry about how people will perceive it. That's why I have probably 100 songs written and recorded on my computer that I have zero plans on releasing. I do that because I find it creatively fulfilling. I get joy out of making those things because I am a hobbyist. Oh, God! Because I do stuff because I enjoy it. And I don't have to be concerned with commercial viability. So I find it interesting that this individual views being a hobbyist as an insult, as a negative thing. But in my opinion, it is freeing because I can make the music that I want to make when I feel creatively inspired to make it. I don't have to worry about commercial viability. I don't even have to worry about releasing it. As a reviewer, I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to piss off every single company that I review, because if they stop sending me microphones, if I stop earning money off of YouTube ads to buy microphones, who cares? I'll just stop making videos. Problem solved. I don't have to worry about that because my ability to live and pay my bills is not reliant on that. So I can take a much more ethical approach to reviewing stuff. That's my take on being a hobbyist. As far as having nothing interesting to say about other topics, yeah, I don't. I don't have anything interesting to say about economics, politics, societal decline, crime, immigration, elections, vaccines. I have nothing interesting to say about any of those. And if you listen to anything that talks about anything other than those topics, you're just a stupid hobbyist listener. I just got that it was on an older episode, but I read that and I actually laughed out loud. So I had to include it. So thank you very much, JTW, for that incredible comment. I think you left my favorite comment that I have ever received.